From your perspective, what are the biggest threats facing the judiciary and the legal profession today?
I think there's two threats to the judiciary today. One is the physical threats that have escalated over the past several years, but almost more pernicious than that are the threats that try to delegitimize the courts. So trying to impeach judges simply for doing their jobs, or saying they're activist judges or rogue judges. That's the type of threats we're seeing today.
What obligations or role should the legal profession have in speaking out on what we see going on with these threats?
I think lawyers are the keepers of democracy, and lawyers have an obligation to speak out. It's also contained in the preamble to the Code of Professional Conduct that lawyers, as public citizens, must help inform the citizenry of democracy, because in order for democracy to flourish, it needs public participation and trust.
Many attorneys, and particularly former judges, want to engage the public and want to engage people outside the legal profession on these topics, but are perhaps struggling with how they can best communicate these sort of complex themes. What advice, if any, do you have for them?
I think it's really important for former judges to get out into the community. We see in Poland that they fought back against autocracy, and one of the main ways they were able to do that is the judges left the courtroom and went out into the communities. And I don't think it's really hard to communicate, because simply the rule of law is simply no one is above the law. Everyone is treated fairly. The process is transparent. People are held accountable. Those are not difficult topics. And then I think of it like the rules of the road for our democracy. Can you imagine driving if there were no rules of the road? The democracy and the separation of powers, the checks and balances we have, those are the rules of the road for our democracy.